Welcome to Boxcar English, where there's always room for you. My name is Carl. It's good to see you. Get on this train and let's ride. I've got another story for you. I woke up early in the morning last Sunday. I'd had a wonderful dream. I don't usually remember my dreams, but on this day I did, and it left me with a beautiful feeling. In my dream, I saw my old house, the house where I grew up, the house where I was a child. Everything seemed welcoming and warm. I stood outside the house in the yard. The light from the sun was gentle and warm. There was a lot of green grass, and there were a lot of flowers growing in the grass, and there were a lot of trees, and the trees were full of fruit. I picked a piece of blue fruit from a tree. It was so blue. It was the bluest blue you can imagine. I took a bite of it. It was full of juice. It tasted very good, but it was like nothing I'd ever tried before. It wasn't very sweet, but more like the taste of very fresh water. I woke up as I was still eating the fruit. And as I woke up, I realized that I could still taste the fruit, the blue fruit. I can still remember what it tasted like. When I woke up, I was full of energy. It was dark and cool outside. I turned on the lamp in my kitchen and made a cup of coffee. Shelby got out of bed and stood beside me. I was so happy to see her. I spoke out loud, just to my dog. I said, "It's a beautiful day. Let's take a long walk. Let's just walk all day long in the woods." I felt odd saying that to my dog. It felt like I was acting, and after I said it, I felt embarrassed. But I don't know why. Shelby seemed to understand. Her tail was wagging. She wasn't embarrassed. I think she knew that I was saying something with a good feeling behind it. When we walked out the front door, the weather felt warm and fresh. We walked down the street where our house is. I was hoping that when we got to the woods, there would be flowers growing there, wildflowers. I hoped new leaves would be growing on the trees, and I hoped there would be birds singing in them. And all those things were there. Wildflowers, new bright green leaves, birds singing everywhere. Shelby and I walked all day long. I didn't bring anything to eat, but I never got hungry. To be honest, I thought if I ate something, I would forget the taste of the blue fruit from my dream. The memory kept me feeling satisfied. At one point during the day, Shelby ran off on her own. I followed her. As I followed her, I smelled something. It was a bad smell. It smelled like a dead animal. When I saw Shelby, she was smelling something on the ground. I went closer. It was a dead deer. It was mostly bones, and there were a lot of flies around. "Oh my," I said to Shelby. I looked at the deer for a little while, maybe 2 minutes. Except for the buzzing of the flies and a stream of water, it was very quiet there. It's very rare to be able to look at a deer that closely. I wondered how it had died. Shelby tried to bite the bones a little bit, and I told her not to. I'm not sure why. I knew other animals must have been eating that deer. Some of them probably ran away when they heard us coming. I could feel them watching us, waiting until we left to come back and chew on the deer bones again. Then I realized that Shelby must be hungry. "Did you dream of blue fruit last night, Shelby?" I asked. She made a noise that sounded like, "Oh, please, you don't understand how hungry I am." So I said back, "Let's go back home, girl. We can eat something there." We did. I didn't feel as strange saying that. When we got home, it was as dark as it had been when we left. I poured some dog food in Shelby's bowl. I realized then that I was very hungry. I hadn't eaten all day. I looked around for some blue fruit, but I knew I didn't have any. Of course, that fruit only existed in my dream. So I went back to bed, fell asleep, and tried to dream of it again. That's all for this time, friends. Thanks for listening. I look forward to seeing you again on the next Boxcar English, where there's always room for you.